Remember I said this not your typical open mic night? Remember I said that?
Yeah.
We have a guest speaker coming up, and this guest speaker is Nanci The Great. Her credentials include she is a producer and a professor at SAE Institute. Have y'all heard of SAE? Institute? Come on, have you heard of it?
SAE Institute on 18th Street. Right by Republic Records, right by some of the best producers and audio engineers that come out that institute.
So let's give a round of applause
for
to Nanci.
Hey, y'all give a clap up for Magic one more time.
Give another one, guys.
You have to know exactly what you want in order to go get it. You cannot be scared to talk to people. That's something that I'm like running into as a professor with this current generation. They scared to talk to people because you guys are like computer kids, right? Y'all are iPad kids. We were outside on the block. I got a skid on my knee from when I was riding my bike with my friends, right? Y'all knees are fresh and clean. Nothing there, right?
Bunch of AIs.
A bunch of AI. So talking to people and getting your social skills up is like the number one thing that I stress. I'm getting feedback. Is it me or no? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, engineer mind. So yeah, that's the number one thing that I stress to everybody to like trying to break into the industry. Please know what you want to do. Yes, there's tons of things to do, right? Like it's not just artists, producers, and engineers anymore, right? We need managers, right? We need A&Rs. We need all these people. We need social media people running all the pages now, right? Because that's a pivotal part. We're not sending out press releases to New York Times anymore, right? We're just going to post it on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, right? We need those people. They're more important than sending a press release. Everybody's equally important, but let's be real. Nobody's grabbing a newspaper anymore, right? So these are the things like I try to tell people that, hey, there are different ways to get in the industry. I know people who were managers and now they're artists, but they built that network over there being a manager. Now they know exactly how to get their single, where they need to get it. So sometimes you have to do something else in order to get to where you want to be. And that's something I try to stress to everybody as well. Because I'm an audio engineer, I produce, I manage studios. I'm still managing 6 studios. I'm up here in New York. I'm managing 6 studios in Atlanta. I can book somebody right now. So it's about getting your hands in multiple bags, getting a bunch of different skills, so that way you can get where you need to go on the next level.
Let him know, Nanci.
My name's Stephen Ferry.
Hi, Stephen.
Nice to meet you. This is my brother Johnny Parks. He's a singer, songwriter, producer, has a band. So I'll let him ask the question because he's a talent.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, like my bro just said, singer, songwriter. I do a lot of what you do. Actually, the technical wise part, like producing, songwriting, singing, engineering, mixing, all that. What would you say? Just to let you know, I may have some questions after too.
Oh so. Yeah, we can. We definitely
but how would you say an artist right now, even though you're from Atlanta, based in New York, what can they do to, I would say, maybe leverage what they have or just try to get what they have out to actually, do more, shows or whatever, just get more press here in New York, whatever your knowledge is based here in New York, from what you've seen so far, what you've heard so far, or who you know?
So in regards to like getting your stuff out, what I try to tell people is, when I first moved up here, I've only been up here like a year and a half. And so within that year and a half, I already knew I was going to have to put my feet to the pavement, right? Because it's New York. This landscape is ever changing. They're not as friendly as the South, right? Up here, you guys are very, like, we don't know you. Who are you? And I completely respect that now because I can see how many people come through this city and you just can't let everybody in the door. So I always stress to people, hey, there's a bunch of like the Culture Con. Check out where these complex, like all these different conferences are going and get into one of those. Like sometimes you got to pay to get in. And even if you don't pay to get in, just make sure you're in the city and see what events are going on around that. Right? Because in Atlanta, we used to have A3C weekend, right? So A3C weekend was a conference that would combine the Southeast and the Southwest together, kind of like South by Southwest. But like you would combine the Southeast, the Northeast, and the West together in Atlanta for like a weekend. So we would get a bunch of people coming in. It would be a bunch of shows. The whole city would just be open mic night central. Like you could book a show. You had $25, you could get a show. You had $50, you could get on stage, right? Like it was like that. And so I always stress to people, hey, plot out the shows that are happening, right? We all know what South by Southwest is, right? That happens every year around the same time. We know Culture Con now is one. We know Complex. Find out where the conferences are that you might be, that fits your, like, whatever your genre is, and then start going to those conferences, and you can, and network easy, right? Because each of these labels are sending out people to these conferences. They're sitting on the panels. 9 times out of 10, they're throwing a show or a party or something that's sponsored where you can meet whoever you need to meet inside that meeting. So don't try to just stick with the open mic. I'd rather meet you, right? Because then we have an actual connection, and not just like, oh, you got 1,000 likes, that's cool. You could have paid for that. So yeah, just try to plot out you see what's going on with the year, try to figure out where you need to be at certain times of the year. I always tell people to go to South by Southwest. I don't know why people are saying don't go. Look, it's the music industry. You got to pay to play. I don't care who you are. You got to pay to play. So if you don't want to pay, you're not going to be able to play. And now you're going to be mad. So get your funds up. Get a budget together. There are plenty of shows. I throw South by Southwest shows too. There are plenty of shows that are indie centered at a reasonable price where you can come, have your music together, get your flyer together, bring a videographer with you, a photographer. Now you got a blog. You got all this content that you can stack out for a year off of one weekend. They just changed the format too, so I don't know if y'all are aware of that. They just changed the format too on South by Southwest. So like, you know how it was like music, it was like video 1 week sort of kind of, then like music the next week. They kind of put them together because of everything is costing more and they're trying to cram it together. So I suggest you guys go look on the website and see how it's changed and how they're redoing those things. But the sooner you get your flights, I mean, if I was an artist, I'm bringing my manager with me and at least a videographer. Like, you got to bring somebody there to catch the content, right? Just, even if it's you and the videographer, like, I'd rather that than, you know what I'm saying? You need we all know content is like currency right now. So bring somebody to bring you, to get your content. From New York to Austin, how much is a flight? Or New York to San Antonio? I don't even know. Yeah, 5-piece, round trip or one way? Round trip. I'm like, oh, not one way, Lord. They doing your hat like that. I thought Atlanta didn't drive. Anyway. So figure out, your flights and your hotel, right? So now is the time to book. If you don't book South by Southwest by November, forget it. I'm not even gonna hold you. Forget it. So get all that stuff together and then figure out what your budget is as an artist, what you would like to pay to get on the stage, right? So if I know my budget is like $200, I'm gonna try to find a couple of shows that are like really supporting indie artists. Like, yo, all I got is $50. Can I get one song? So now I know I got at least 4 stages I'm on for $200, right? And then I'm gonna make myself, hey y'all, we on tour, we outside. Meet me in Austin. You feel me? Thursday we here and here, Friday we here, Saturday we here, Sunday we here, and then we out. Right? So now you look like you just did a tour for South by Southwest. You did a bunch of stages, and then while you're doing the stages, of course, have your stuff together so you can network, get these things, and it's a bunch of people trying to do a bunch of things. So it's like I said, it's all about planning.
My question as a SAE student.
This one's my kids.
Hi guys. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Jason. I'm one of the SAE students in SAE Institute, and my question to Ms. Baker is, how do you manage your different roles? Because in my situation, I'm an artist, I'm a producer, I'm an engineer, and then I'm also mastering for other people, and then I'm also another artist as well and managing other artists. Like, how do you prioritize your roles and how you manage it?
I just stress using your schedule and sticking to it, right? So it's like, my schedule looks crazy. Everybody looks at my schedule and is like, how are you sleeping? Where do you eat? How do you have fun? Like, they look at my schedule, but if you put things on a schedule, it shows you how much time you do have. And if you stick to it, right? Like, if you know you only have an hour and a half to go hang with your friends, set that timer as soon as you walk in there and dap them up. And when that thing go off and you're like, all right, y'all, I gotta go because I have something to do. if you can't just make a schedule and then not stick to it, because then you're not going to get everything done. Now you're overwhelmed. The 30 minutes you were supposed to spend on mixing or mastering, now you're spending it on the way because traffic's backed up, because you didn't leave on time, right? So it's like a bunch of things domino affecting to each other. So make a schedule, use it, and stick to it. Make the plan, stick to it, execute it. We're going to take 3 more. She gave me the look.
Nia Anderson, and I had a question about funds raising, because we're talking about budget, and a lot of times when you're creating your own art, it has to come from your own money. Crowdfunding,
Right.
what does that world look like? Do you have any advice for someone who's crowdfunding? I'm actively crowdfunding for my short film, and it is brutal.
Yeah, right now the economy is brutal, but the entertainment is what keeps everybody spirits up and their hopes alive, right? So like when we're in a recession, the entertainment industry booms, right? Because they need us to create distractions, or everybody wants to feel good about something. So I've seen so many like residencies for artists to just sit there and create, as in like they will put you in an apartment. They give you like 3-4 months. They pay your rent for 3 or 4 months. They just want to see what you make at the end of those 3 or 4 months. Yeah, it's a lot of that going on. So I tell people to search like artist residencies a lot, because it's a lot of that. Like it's going insane right now. I'm about to just tell somebody I'm an artist so I can stay in another city for 4 months, and then I'll make the music. I'll find somebody to make the music. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm at with it. That's how many I'm seeing. So I just Googled that, like artist residencies, or like different companies that have artist grants per se. I think that's the right wording for it. Just try to Google those things and look up those things, because there's tons of them out there. People need content. They need songs for their movies, for their own things that they're doing. So if they can just directly get the content from you, they're cutting the middleman in half and saving a lot of money. So that's my suggestion for you. But like you said, you're doing the right thing. Somebody had merch. Was that you? With t-shirts?
No, that was
That's it right there. That's liquid money. If she sells one of those shirts, she's made more money than Spotify will pay her in 5 years. So that Bandcamp, if y'all don't know about Bandcamp, please go search that. Bandcamp will put whatever you need to put on there. They will get your stuff out. Somebody can buy a $10 t-shirt or $12 mug and your CD for $5. And you have made more than what Amazon, Apple, Tidal will give you in 3 years, in just one person selling your stuff. So physical like things, that tangible things that people can touch is a way to get money quicker. And if you need to find somebody to design it, pay them to design it. You gotta pay to play. Nobody wants a lackluster regular t-shirt. We all want cool things, right? I want something. Artists give me stuff all the time. I'm like, I'll wear it if it's cool. I'm sorry, I don't dress like a regular person, so it's like if it's cool, I'll wear it. You feel me? Like I don't new dots. Y'all see my pants? Like, come on, I'm not wearing like a regular outfit. But this every day I go to school. No, I go to school like this.
Yep.
Every day. So if you need to pay for the designer, pay for the people to make it look good. That way you can make your money back, and it'll be something that people want to share or enjoy with you. Yeah. All right. One more. She gave me the finger. We good? Going once, going twice? All right, cool. My name is Nanci The Great. You guys can follow me on NTG Engineering. That's my Instagram handle. And then 93CP is my production company. So when I produce documentaries, all that good stuff I do. I'm probably going to do a writing camp in November. So if you want to stay tapped in with all that, please, 93CP is the Instagram, and NTG Engineering is the Instagram page. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you want to come see me, ask me questions, I'll be in the back in the corner. And then we can talk that way. Everything else can reconvene. All right? Y'all have a good night. Y'all look beautiful, by the way. Everybody looks good. And all the singers, y'all are doing such an amazing job. Such a good job. I also have bags of SAE stuff, so if you guys want to know about SAE, we have lanyards. I'm so sorry. Lanyards, I have some pins, things like that, promotional items. So if y'all want to talk to me about that, I'm also available there. All right? Thank you guys so much.